Students, let me explain to you how to create a database. In Microsoft Access, there are two ways to create a database, either using a template or creating a blank database. An Access template helps in creating a complete database application which is ready to use. It contains four main objects like tables, queries, forms and reports, etc. that you need to perform a specific task. Creating a database using templates. One of the easiest way to create a table is to use a template. Follow the given steps to create a database using the template. Open Access 2016. You will find some listed templates on the right side of the window. Select the template from the displayed list. Here we have selected the updated students template. You can get more templates by clicking on any category from the suggested searches or use the search bar to look for the online templates. The updated students task pane appears on the screen. Specify the file name in the file name text box. You can either use the default location that Access displays below the file name box or click on the folder icon to select another location. Click on the Create button. Access creates the database and displays the table in the form view. It contains the fields which are relevant to the student's database. Click on the Layout View button on the right side of the status bar. A new contextual tab form layout tools will appear on the title bar. Select the Add Existing Fields button in the Tools group under the Design tab. The Field List task pane appears on the right side. Select the fields from the list that you want to include in the student list database. Drag the selected field to the table and drop it where you want to position it when the insertion point appears. Students note that Access suggests a file name in the file name box and also allows you to change it as per your requirement. Creating a blank database. You can also create a database from scratch. Follow the given steps to create a blank database. Click on Blank Database option. The blank database window opens up that prompts you to specify the file name in the file name text box. By default, a system-generated database name appears in the file name text box in the Format Database N, where N is a number which changes sequentially as the databases are created. If required, you can change the default location by clicking on the folder icon placed next to the file name text box. Click on the Create button. A new database will be created along with an empty table name Table 1 displayed on the title bar. The Fields tab is selected by default. A new tab that is Table Tools will be now visible on the title bar. Students note, when you open a new or existing database in MS Access 2016, the objects in your database, tables, forms, queries, reports, etc. appear in the navigation pane. To view the objects, click on the drop-down arrow of all Access objects in the navigation pane. Students, let us understand views of a table. You can work on a table in two views, Design View and Datasheet View. Design View. In Design View of the table, you can enter the field names, their data types and description. The Design View is divided into two parts. Field Grid pane. In this pane, you can define the field names, their data types and description. Field Properties pane. This section is used to set properties for the fields defined in the table. Datasheet View. Datasheet View is used to enter data in a table. This view displays the table as a grid. The fields are displayed as columns and the records are displayed as rows. The fields' names are listed as the column header. When you double-click on the table name in the navigation pane, it opens the table in the Datasheet view. Switching between views. Microsoft Access allows you to switch from one view to another by following either of the two options. Click on the View button present in the Views group, either on the Home tab or Fields tab in the Views group, and select the desired view. Or click on the Design View or Datasheet View buttons at the right corner of the status bar. Okay, now let us understand how to add a table. Regardless of how you have created your database, you can add new tables to an existing database in various ways. These are adding tables in the Design View, adding tables in the Datasheet View, adding tables using the table templates. Adding table in Design View. Click on the Table Design button on the Create tab in the Tables group. A table will be created and open in the Design View. Adding fields in Design View. For each field in the table, type a name in the Field Name column and then press the Tab key to move to the Data Type column. By default, the short text data type appears in the column. In the Description column, you can type a description for each field, which is optional. The description text is displayed on the status bar when the cursor points to that field in the Datasheet view. After defining all fields, save the table by clicking on the Save option in the File tab, or select the Save Present on the Quick Access toolbar. Now to add data in the table, switch to the Datasheet view. Adding table in Datasheet view. When you create a blank database, Access creates a table automatically. You can either customize this table or create another table by using the Create tab. To create a table in the Datasheet view, click on the Create tab and select the Table button in the Tables group. A new blank table will be created and opened in the Datasheet view. Adding fields in Datasheet view. Access automatically creates the first field called ID. The data type of this field is auto number, which means Access will automatically generate a sequential number in this field for each new record. You can add a new cell to the table by entering data in the Click to Add column. Access will automatically assign a data type based on the data you enter. Let us enter the first record. Click on the empty field below the Click to Add header. Enter the name of the student, example, Priya, and then press either the Tab or the Enter key. You will notice that Access has assigned value 1 to the ID field and named the second column as Field 1. Now the Click to Add label shifts to the third column. Observe that the icon in the row selector changes to a pencil, which indicates that the record has been changed but not saved. The asterisk sign moves to the next row. Observe that two tabs fields and table appear on the ribbon under the Table Tools contextual tab. Enter the required data. Press the Tab key after each entry. Save the table by selecting the Save icon present on the Quick Access toolbar. Students, let us discuss on rules for naming a field. As you already know that a table has multiple fields and each field is unique to a table. Each field has its own name and data type. Following are some rules for naming a field. A field name can change from 1 to 64 characters. A field name can include letters, numbers, and some special characters. Generally, the underscore sign is used. A field name cannot start with a blank space. A field name can be in upper, lower, or mixed case. A field name cannot have a period, exclamation, brackets, or the grave account. You can change the properties of a field name, that is storage, size, format, and validation rule by specifying certain characteristics in the Field Properties pane. Students, let us talk about data types. Every table consists of fields and every field has its own set of properties which describe the characteristics and behavior of data added to that field. The most important property of a field is its data type. A field's data type determines what type of data you can enter into a field. For example, a field whose data type is number can only store numeric data and does not allow you to enter text data into it. The following table depicts the available data types in Access 2016. Data types. Functions. Short text. It is used to store text or a combination of text and numbers that does not require calculations, such as addresses, phone numbers, etc. The fields with this data type can have maximum of 255 characters. Long text. It stores text and numbers up to 65,536 characters. It is used for descriptive fields. Number. It stores numeric information that you can use for calculations. A number data type can store integer values as well as decimal values. The maximum size of a number field can be 16 bytes. Date or time. It stores date and time values. You can display dates and times in various formats. The maximum size used by this data type is 8 bytes. Calculations related to date or time can be done in this field type. Currency. This data type is used to store monetary data up to 8 bytes. Auto number. It generates a sequential number whenever a new record is added to a table. The value in the auto number field cannot be changed. It stores data as 4-byte values typically used to create an identify column which uniquely identifies each record in a table. Yes or no. It is used at places where the field can have only one possible value. It can either be true or false, yes or no, or on or off. For example, a student can either be a male or a female. OI, object. This is used to embed an object created in another application such as Microsoft Word document, Excel spreadsheet, or PowerPoint presentation into the Access table. It stores up to 2 GB of data. Hyperlink. The hyperlink data type can store links to web pages, websites, files on an intranet, or LAN on your computer. It stores up to 1 GB of data. Attachment. This data type allows you to attach images, spreadsheet files, documents, charts and other types of supported files to the records in your database, much similar to the manner you attach files to the emails. Calculated. This data type is used when a user creates table fields that calculate values. The calculations can include values from fields in the same table as well as built-in Access functions. This data type is used mostly in the case of queries, forms, and tables. Lookup wizard. A lookup wizard helps you to create a field whose values are chosen from the values in another table, query, or list of values. By default, Access sets lookup fields to the number data type.